All right, how about a GPZ, was 83 GPZ 1100 progress report. So let's see. Got all the foot pegs on this side. Still got to do the other side. And you see there, I got the pipe, that little emblem, shaved it down. And there's the foot pegs, got them all touched up, and that little brace there. And then I took the file and shaved it so it looks real nice. So, and then the frame, you see the frame touched up there. So all that looks real good now. You see it's coming along. And I got the seat on there. I put some more armor all on it. So the next thing I'm going to do, I still got to do the other side. But that other side of the pipe, I have to touch it up because I scratched it. So before I put that bracket there on, I got to touch up the pipe. And then I can go ahead. I already got that other bracket already ready to go. Everything's painted and ready to go. All I gotta do is paint the frame and retouch up that pipe and on that other side, and throw all that back on. Then the gas tank. Gas tank is super cleaned out, and it almost looked like it was bead blast. I got some of that lime away, stuck it in there. I watched a video of someone using what was that other stuff called? Actually, I got it here somewhere. Oh, the Works. I also bought some of this because they use this in the gas tank. So I did this, and I did lime away just to see which one would work better. The lime, what's it called? Lime away does pretty damn good, let me tell you. So tank is clean. I mean, it is clean. So I got all the little parts that go to the tank except for that little gasket right here. They want $22 for this thing. And it's just a piece of rubber. So if I can find me a piece of rubber, I put that one in some, what's it called? Power steering with seal swell in it, you know, to try to see if it'll do anything, but I don't think it did. Oh, and also got the back brakes going. So the back brakes are going. No leaking. It's holding fluid. That's what I used right there. Pumped out the back brakes with. So all that's going. And oh, the battery tray. I got that stuff on there. It's all blacked out and everything. I think I showed you in the last video. But I need to get a little bit cleaner, and then I'm going to go ahead and paint that. Let's see what else. I got, of course, that bar on. The was it stabilizer bar thing there that holds the back brake, got that on and painted. And what else? Something else, and I got that little cover back on. I fixed that little crack. It had like a chip on the aluminum right at the bottom, and so I fixed that, scrubbed that little cover, put it all back on, and so that's all sealed up. So the next thing, I want to try to get the tank on. The tank's sitting over there, got it all cleaned up. And after I cleaned it, I put some, I had some fork oil. It's the only oil that I had that was sitting around here that was, light oil. I think it's sitting over there. I threw that in there and shook it around just so it don't do a flash rust on me, you know. And so the only thing I need for the gas tank is that little gasket, but I think that one will do because, you know, there's a lot of bolts around this thing, and I think that one will seal. We'll see how it does. So that's what I'm going to do, get that tank together. And then once I get the tank on, hook it all up, put gas in it, got all the hoses. I did all new gas hoses. Got that other vent hose. Let's see what else. So all that, I got that other fuel filter on there. Oh, the fuel filter on the other side, since I put that other filter, I just stuffed that in there. It didn't have the little nipples on each side. That other filter is like this, where and that other one that I got is up and down. So the hose is kind of doing a, sticking out from the side, but that's just temporary, just to get the tank on and run it. And that's what I'm going to work on next, getting that tank on and putting some power on this thing and firing it up and see how it does. And that is the next thing. Let's see. What else was there? Oh, so I decided about this paint. You know, I was thinking, did I want to cover up these bolts and all this stuff? But I'm going ahead and do this because I already did it over here. You know, I painted these bolts and just went over. And so what I'm thinking I'm going to do now is I'm going to paint the frame and just keep going all the way. And then come up over here, you know, paint that whole frame again. Just, you know, cover these bolts and everything. Paint the whole engine gloss black. So I'm just going to go all gloss black, every bit of the engine. And then these are going to be shaved with a file. So these will be stand out. And then I was also thinking, since I'm going to black it out. Now, this is, you know, I'm not too sure about this yet. I got to see how much it's going to cost. But all these little bolts, you know, once I paint it, I was thinking maybe I can get some stainless bolts or some kind of, you know, bolts that are bright. And then once it's all gloss black, I can put those bolts in here. So I counted, there's about 30 something bolts. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 here. And then some on the other side. But I think that would look really good. Totally black engine, gloss black, and then these shaved, and then on you can see all the bolts. But we'll see how that goes, you know, because I know each one of these little hex bolts probably maybe 70 cents a piece, you know, and really just throwing money down the drain. But it would make it look a lot better. And I did see that they had a kit on eBay just for the GPZ, the whole full engine, all these hex bolts, the full kit, $40, you know. And I was thinking, well, $40, if I could get these for like, you know, $1, then that would, if they're like $1, then it's 30 something bolts. So we'll see how that goes. That's an option I can do, you know. So engine is going to be totally gloss black. These are going to be filed aluminum. You know, you're going to be seeing that. And then I got to do something about the touch-up paint on this right up here. And touch up this thing. I'm not going to paint any of the letters or anything. I want it just blacked out. I'm thinking it'll look really good or just all blacked out, you know. And just with a little bit of detail. Like the aluminum shaved here, the aluminum shaved there. I mean, this thing came out really good. I sprayed this, let it sit out in the sun, bake real good. And then I took the file and just shing, you know. I already shaved it before I even painted it, just to make, you know, it'd be easier to shave it the next time. You know, it wasn't totally perfectly flat, you know. So I shaved it first before I even painted it and got it, you know, smooth and true. And then I went ahead and painted it, and then took the razor blade and scraped all this off, you know, right here. And then I just ran the file over it again to make it brighter, and it came out really good. The foot pegs, cleaned them all up really good, took them all completely apart, and then repainted the bottoms, of course, you see there, with just silver like that were. Put the little thing back in, little clipper thing, holds it up. And so the rear master cylinder was originally black. It was just faded out, like the back brakes here. They are originally black. I looked at the colors on this bike and how the engine is. The engine is sort of a flat black. All of this is sort of a flat, you know, not too shiny of a black. And these are like really glossed out. All the covers are real high gloss black, and they don't have any orange peel. They're just like a super slicked out black gloss. And all of this is more or less a flat black. But I think it would look really good. Just spray the whole thing gloss black. Just black it out, you know, glossy. Might look pretty good. And of course the other frame, there is some little touch up, you know. I got the side cover coming in the mail. I needed the right side cover. I forgot to mention that, but I ordered one. And when the side cover's on, it pretty much covers, you see here's one of the clips, so it pretty much covers all this right down to here. You really can't see the frame once that side cover's on. It pretty much covers all of this down to here and comes up like that. So I just, you know, sprayed up to right here, and you know, I'm not really worried about all this because you can't see it, but I'm going to scrub it down and, you know, touch it up here and there. So as far as the pipes, I just need to put those little things back on the bottom here. The little thing that covers all this stuff. Do that later. They're just sitting there waiting to be put on. They're already painted. And what else? So I'm either going to try to get that tank on next, because I really want to get that tank together, because I don't want, you know, I want to fill it up with gasoline and check to make sure it ain't leaking. And I don't think it will, but then I can, you know, have it on the, how I want it at least, because I don't need, you know, I don't need to do anything up here. I can have the gas tank on, you know. There's everything up here is complete, so I can go ahead and put the gas tank on, and if it doesn't leak and give me any problems, then I can just fill it up with gas. The only thing, let's see, I think the gas tank mounts over here. Where does it mount? I do still need to get the airbox lid. I need to fabricate one of those because I'm missing that. As far as the battery, I'm still missing that bracket. I can't find one, and even people selling this whole thing on eBay, they're not even selling it with the little battery mount. I don't know why. But I guess for now I can, you know, if I buy a battery, I can stick it in there and just put a little strap across it, you know, just temporary stuff like that. But it's coming along. You remember how it looked when it got here, and look at it now. It is coming along really nice. Now just imagine it once the engine is full black and gloss black, and those are, you know, going to be cut right there, what's called scraped, you know, so you can see the aluminum, and brighten up the wheels red and polishing them all out. And then it has a nice red paint job. I did find the decals for $170, but I don't know if I'm even going to do the decals. It's pretty steep for $170, you know. Well, we'll see. But it is really coming along. Not bad at all. I think that this part right here, you remember how it looked. This thing was total corrosion, rust. The frame was rusted and nasty. All that was just ugly looking. And now look at it. It almost looks brand new. I mean, it's not, you know, I'm not saying this is professional work here, but it's coming out pretty good for what I'm doing, you know. And that's my goal here, is just to get it to look good. It's not a full frame off restoration. It's just getting it all back, you know, clean looking again, you know, in working condition. And I think it's coming out pretty good. This bolt, actually, this is the factory colors of it. I didn't even have to paint this one. This one's survived somehow. And most of these other ones were just totally rusted out. But you can see that one still has that coating on it, you know, from factory. So that one survived. Foot pegs are like brand new. I mean, look at the rubber on them. They're perfect, you know. And so the back brakes, they are originally black. So maybe I can repaint those black, you know, and then that way it'll all be blacked out, you know, look real nice. And then got to do the engine and all that stuff. So coming along really nice, looking really good, not bad at all. So I guess I'm going to wrap this up here. This was the progress report on the 83 GPZ 1100 fuel injected. All right, I'm going to wrap this one up here. I'm out.